Okay. Well, I was very pleased with our team today. I thought that they came with a good focus. I think they came with a good energy, good execution. You know, a lot of times there's enough buzz around a game. Guys can start believing some of the things they hear and read. But I thought we did a very good job of respecting our opponent today and playing very well. And I'm ready if you want to.
Coach, are there some tangible things that you can take out of this game into next week's game against Georgia Tech?
Well, again, you don't want to have a sloppy performance. You don't want to have even after the score got out of hand in the first half. You know, the second half could have got bad. You know, they did score the second half, but they scored a touchdown the second half. But I think guys were playing hard and fighting, and we played a lot of guys, different guys in the second half, and we kept executing for the most part. But I just think we came out there with a really good edge, and with the right mindset, and you know, good execution. Very few penalties or turnovers till the very end. The turnovers in the end were a little disheartening, but other than that, offensively, I thought we played well. Defense, most of the game, played very well. Kicking teams did their job. Didn't have to punt. That was nice.
Mark, I know you talked about how you expected Justin Scott Wesley would be able to come on and make some plays this season, and finally came today.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it was good for him to get some opportunity, and you just never know what a game's going to bring. I mean, he may catch 5 next week. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, he's healthy and he's been running around good. I was glad to see him take advantage of the opportunities that he had, and you know, he'll gain more confidence, and I'm sure our staff will gain more confidence in him as well.
You mentioned the late game interception. How do you feel like Bryce is coming along the snaps he's been getting this season overall?
He's doing well. You know, that ball was thrown a little bit behind, but the timing just wasn't there. You get guys that don't work a whole lot with each other, and you know, I think the route could have been a little more crisp, and I think the throw, you know, obviously could have been in a better spot. It's a shame that we had an interception. We haven't thrown one in a long time. But I think Bryce is coming right along. He's doing well.
On Nick Chubb's touchdown run, when you were on the field and saw that open up, did you know that could be something pretty special as soon as you saw that?
Well, you know, my angle wasn't real good. The ball really was designed to hit more inside than it did. I think they did a good job defensively, and it ended up bouncing outside pretty quick. And it was hard to tell who had good angles on him, but you know, I watched the TV replay just a second ago, and it looked like he ran away from some folks that had pretty good angles on him. You know, he's got good ball security, and when you run like a track athlete, doesn't have a football to carry, so there's a certain way you know, swing your arms and that kind of thing to help you run fast. But when you got a football tucked under your arm, it changes things for some people. But he probably runs just as fast with the ball than he does without it, so that's good to see him have that kind of game speed.
Mark, was Sanders just a bruise? I saw him on the sideline.
Yeah, it'd be a contusion. He got leg whipped in the shin, and I think he'll be fine. There's no issues as far as the x-rays.
Talking about Scott Wesley, how big was it to get some of these guys like Michelle and Rump to get some good game speed contact kind of leading into next week? Yeah,
it's good. I mean, we wanted to get him as much work as we could. You know, Sony, I wouldn't say Sony's 100%, but he was definitely able to play. And but you know, we felt like at halftime we were in good enough shape with the score, and we have a lot of faith in Brendan, and we knew we had Kyle who could get in there as well, Kremplis. So we thought it'd be the right time to make that, you know, move to get those guys out of the game.
Coach, you talked about Justin Scott Wesley or Jonathan Rump. I mean, a guy we've been asking about, seems like we're finally
right.
Can we see when you tell me what he can do to kind of?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, Jonathan's had really 2 fine games and making plays. He's a big kid, got strong hands, and he's helping us, and we got some really big games coming down the road here too. So hopefully he can continue to do that for us.
What kind of changes have you noticed in Chubb since that first start against Missouri to today?
Not much, really. I mean, he's just I guess he made the quote early on. Somebody asked him, are you nervous about starting because Gurley's not playing or something like that? He said, it's just what I've done my whole life. You know, he's a great runner, and but I think he's becoming a better pass protector, route runner, and all those kind of things. He's caught the ball better this year than I would have predicted. Early on in camp, he struggled a little bit at times, but he's actually caught the ball well.
Have you seen much of Tech this year?
I really haven't. I saw just a little bit of him on TV with in the Clemson game. Didn't watch it all. I saw a decent amount of it. There's always you always want to sometimes go and peak, but I told myself I'm not going to peak. But knowing that we got there's still a lot of day left today. I've got a computer ready to watch some tape at the house tonight.
Coach, how about Hudson's development over the course of the season?
Yeah, he's gotten better and better, hasn't he? I think he really has done a good job. Super efficient. We haven't thrown the ball quite as much as we had the last few years, but we're throwing it as efficiently or more. Even today, the stats were outstanding. Last week, his stats would have been a lot better if we'd have caught the ball a little bit better. But he's throwing the ball well. I think he's just starting to feel at home, I think, and not putting too much pressure on himself. And I think he's gained confidence as the season's gone on.
He's on the verge of knocking his quarterback coach out of the top spot for best completion percentage in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's been very accurate, and that's been his thing his whole career. And I know it's practice reps, but he's been very accurate the whole time, and he's been a guy that, as I've said in the past, that he has one of the greatest sense of anticipation that I've been around. I mean, he can throw the ball early, and earlier than a lot of people, and put it in the right spot, and then when the guy gets his eyes around, it's on him, and that's kind of one of the things that he did exceptionally well. And then, early in the season, I think he just was, and I think he would even say it, he was trying to be perfect. He wanted everything to be just right, and he wanted to see things come wide open before he cut the ball loose, which wasn't really, the way he had been practicing. And so Coach Bubba was just trying to say, look, son, just have some fun, turn it loose, just cut the ball loose and trust it. And I think he's been doing that lately, and it's been working.
They were in a shotgun, but it looked like some option pitch, and it looked like
Definitely.
they cut, block, stuff like that.
Yeah, a little bit. There are some things that will carry over. They don't run the triple quite like Georgia Tech does, but if you're running option football, if you're defending option football, there are some principles that will help. But no disrespect to Charleston Southern, but I don't know if anybody runs the option game and the triple option stuff as well as Georgia Tech does. I don't think there's anybody in the country that does it better than them.
You said you have a computer at your house with some tech stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to multitask tonight with that Missouri game?
A little bit, probably. Yeah, there'll be a commercial break here and there, but I don't know if I'll watch the whole thing, but I don't want to live and die with it as much as, it'd be more productive for me to be getting ready to watch Georgia Tech film than try to affect something I have no control over.
You mentioned showing respect for your opponent today, but going into the Tech game, 13 times now you won 12 of the games, and when you lost, you were up 28-12 at the half.
Yeah.
It seems like you guys have always been ready for Tech. Is that
Yeah.
part of playing with Georgia?
It needs to be. It needs to be. We better be ready to play them. There's absolutely no excuse not to be ready for that game. It means too much.
Any other questions?
Y'all have a wonderful day.